guys, Ramblin Bob here again. So this seems to be a pretty busy week or day for Pecron updates and things. Now, as I was doing the other two videos, I had noticed in the accessories they have something that just came out this month, and I missed it. It came out on, I believe it was March 12th, so last month, and it's this bad boy right here. So what this is a new way to charge it on the go. So like say if you were driving or something like that, and you remember how if you have a 12 volt car system, you're usually only able to get about 100 watts in your system while you're driving down the road. And if you have a 24 volt system, say you have a big rig or a truck or something like that, or an oversized alternator or whatever, bigger battery setup, big diesel truck, then you might have a 24 volt system, which only allowed you to get up to about 200. Now that was good because you doubled your charging and cut your charging time in half. Now this allows you to go anywhere for 12, I believe it's 12 volts all the way up to 30. Let's see if they got it listed here. Oh boy, let's see, gotta find the, here it is. Okay, so 12 to 30 volts input. So that basically runs up to that traditional 12 all the way up to a 24 volt system on a truck or something like that. But up to 50 watts, 50 amps max. So what this does is basically this is a voltage step up, and it allows more power and more voltage to run through, because in this box it's stepping up the voltage, and that way you can get more amps through, more watts through as far as charging. Now this allows up to 500 watts. This is a game changer for mobile, guys. I don't charge much mobile, but I'll tell you what, if you're traveling down the road and if you need, like say the sun, like we have solar panels on top of our vehicle, but say the sun is just not cooperating and you need a little bit of power before you get where you're going, because then it could be nighttime soon. So as you're driving anyway, it's kind of like a very, very big a power amp for speakers. You'll be drawing, some of those amps, a couple thousand watts they draw. So this would push up to 500 watts from your alternator, which that can handle that fine. And then you could charge all this wattage coming out of this box into your devices as long as they can handle it. So I think that's pretty cool, guys. I did not see this one. And then here's your owner's manual here. We'll look at that. I'll update that so people can read through that and see if this is something that will help you. But this might be a good thing. As you can see, this is a big truck, big rig. So this might be something good for our over-the-road guys who are kind of stuck in their trucks there, and they could charge something a little bit, so they don't have to run the diesel generators and stuff like that all night long and make all that noise, so that maybe they can get a better sleep if they could knock these down. Now if they're driving a big rig that has a refrigeration unit, well, you're out of luck, because those refrigerator units make a lot of noise. But imagine if you could pull your truck over and be able to use the power from the E2000 LFP or the E1500 LFP or even the E600 for your TV or laptop or whatever, and then you can get some decent sleep there. You don't have to run your generator for your whole truck, unless it's cold, of course, because then you need that diesel heater. But this is a pretty interesting little device, and I'm gonna talk to Pecron and see if they're willing to send me one so I can demo this. And here you see I have an on-off button here, very simplistic. Here's your cooling fan, and then it's basically a voltage step-up regulator. So it'll come in at 12 volts and bump it all the way up to 42 volts. Let's see what the actual output is. It's probably up to 42, but I could be wrong. Yep, 42 at 13 amps. Boy, see, that pushes a lot more amps, guys. So that would almost max out the E1500 LFP, and then that could possibly max out one input. Well, it's up to 500 watts. So it would almost max out the E200 LFP, one port. So imagine if you had two of these guys, and if you had either two alternators, or like in a big rig, sometimes they have multiple outputs for like cigarette lighters and little panels like that, accessory panels. And sometimes they have multiple DC outputs. And if you run one from one side and one from the other side, you could bring up to 1,000 watts and charge up your power station while you're driving, so that way you have that energy while you're sitting and you don't have to run your generator or your truck anymore. I think this is a cool possible product here for a lot of truck drivers out there, and if that helps you save energy and not have to run anything that's noisy at night, then you can get a little bit better sleep. And that's important for truck drivers, because you got to get your sleep. I have families that are truck drivers, and I'll tell you what, half the times when you see them, they look like zombies, because, imagine sitting behind a wheel for 10, I don't know what it is now, 8, I think it's 6 to 8, now they have limits on it. Back in the days when I was a kid, boy, there was no limits. These truck drivers can drive, 15, 20 hours a day. But now there's a lot more regulation in that, and a lot more laws and whatnot. But I do think this could be a possible good, oh, here you go, a good idea for any kind of a big rig or someone that's going camping. You can charge it just in case that sun is not cooperating. But here, 2 to 2.5 hours on E600 LFP. And notice here, guys, they charged this, changed this to 300 watts. And I fought to get that change here. And they even have the old one on here. Look at the E1000 Pro. Like, they don't even sell that one anymore, but you could use it on that model as well. So that's nice. And here's the E1500 Pro. This one I don't believe they sell anymore. But then here's the two new ones. This is the newest one, the E1500 LP. And then here's the E2000. And then here's the E3000, which they don't sell that one anymore. So at least they're able to be utilized on 1, 2, 3 old systems that Pecron doesn't even sell anymore. So I think that's kind of cool. And that way, if you already have one of these, you're not kind of out in the cold. Let's see. Here's what you get in the box, guys. You get basically this is a DC, so it goes like directly from a battery bank, or you could put that probably into a heavy. It has to be a heavy load cigarette lighter port if you adapt the end there, and it has a built-in inline fuse there. But yeah, I think this is really cool. Let me know what you guys think as far as this. This could be something where it might very well help somebody with, like I said, the traveling, or if the sun is just not cooperating, because we've had like the last 3 days here, guys, where we had almost no sun, and it is frustrating. So if you can grab energy from anywhere, deep cell batteries around the house. If you have a big rack system, you could probably mod that and put that on there. Obviously, if you mod stuff, guys, it probably will void the warranty right away, but you could very easily mod these rings, because if that's the output, and on this side here's an easier way to mod. If you look at this, see, that's either an XT60 or an XT90. It almost looks like an XT90, but I'm not sure. Oh, and then you can change your starting voltage. Oh boy, let's go back to that, guys. Let me show you the picture. I should have shown you the pictures at first. Okay, so if you go to here, you can see that you can change the starting. That's nice, guys. That's really nice, because then you can literally have it to where you can set it and forget it, kind of thing. So if you have it in a different configuration, see, 50 amps max input. Holy crapzilla, that's a good amount of power input. And here's 12 to 30 as far as the voltage, and then here's your model number here. So smart car charger. All right, well, this is definitely going in the right direction. Here's your 42 at 13 amps. But yeah, this is, I'm kind of digging this, guys. If anybody out there has bought this or seen this or tried it, man, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Let's buzz through the pictures real quick, and then we'll call it an end here. Let's see, we'll go through this one. And Rambling Bobcat just walked in, so I apologize for the noise here. So that's pretty much, you got MC4, and then you have that XT60 or XT90 port. It might be XT60, but you're never sure in a picture. I'd like to see the actual specs, but it does look bigger than XT60, but I could be wrong. Let's see here. They haven't put too many XT90s on power stations that I've seen yet. See, they don't have the port listed of what it is. It's definitely an XT, but I don't know if it's a 60 or 90 here. And then here's the adapting cable in case you want to go straight to a battery. So very interesting little box, guys. Very interesting. And then that's the same as always. All right, guys, I guess I'll leave it at that. If you want to check it out, the link is in the description. It's the Pecron 500 watt car charger DC 1242-500 for cars, RVs, trucks, etc. Basically, whatever you want to use it for. All right, guys, ramble on, be safe, and I'll see you next time here on Ramblin Bob Reviews. Bye, guys.